Morning, Orlando and Lake Nona. This is Alan Maycumber, and glad to be here this morning. And as we had mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about the areas around Orlando that don't require a homeowners association. I'll get into a little bit of facts of the difference, but as most of you know, a homeowners association controls what you can do and how you can do it within your subdivision, whereas a non-HOA, there are pretty much open rules. So that means you can put a boat on your property, you can have business signs out there, you can do a lot of different things with a non-HOA community than you can with an HOA. HOA is very, very restrictive in trying to keep everything aligned and so forth. But before we get into that, last week we were talking about appraisals, and if you want to see that, it's on my YouTube channel. Basically what to do to get your house to appraise higher. But the new rule that's coming out for 2022, which is really going to help home sellers, and you really need to pay attention to this, from FHFA, which is the Federal Housing Finance Administration. They are going to start allowing desktop appraisals, which is awesome. Basically meaning that the appraisers are no longer going to just come to the house and have to tour your house. They're going to do everything by tax records, by Google Maps, all that information. So it actually really helps you as a seller because they really don't know what's in the home. You're going to have to explain that to them, and that's where you need to get a really good agent to help you, show you what to tell people and tell the appraiser that's coming into the home. But that was just a side note from last week's meeting. This week we're going to get into non-HOA properties. So the top 5 non-HOA properties around Orlando, and the difference between HOA again is one is restrictive, one is not. Non-HOA properties, you can do pretty much what you want with your home. So when we talk about number 5 is going to be St. Cloud. There's areas in St. Cloud that are non-HOA. They allow bigger lots, great location, and I base all of this information on certain criteria, meaning that how close are you to shopping, how close are you to schools, how close are you to major highways so you can get to work, and so forth. So that's why we base, or we rank, these areas in the top 5. So the top number 5 is going to be St. Cloud. You got a great location there, closer to Kissimmee one way, you're close to Lake Nona the other way, so you're kind of right in the middle. A little bit farther to the freeways and highways, but St. Cloud's number 5. Number 4 is going to be Oviedo. And a lot of people don't want to go that far out, but in Oviedo, you get larger lots and non-HOA properties. Now, there are a lot of HOA properties in Oviedo and St. Cloud as well, but a lot of non-HOA properties in Oviedo. So if you're looking for that, and the reason that's number 4, again, a little bit farther away, a little bit more distant to Orlando, so that's one of the reasons I would rank that as number 4. The number 3 location is Isle of Pine. Isle of Pine, right outside of Lake Nona. And the reason I say that is, one, you're very, very close to freeways, you're close to shopping, but yet you got larger lots and non-HOA, and you're also close to the lakes, which is really nice for the people that want to be able to put their boat on their property and drop it in the lake. So that is really important to a lot of people when you're talking about getting out on the weekends and enjoying your weekends. So that's number 3, Isle of Pines. Now, number 2 is going to be Windermere, and the reason I say as we go up, number 2, Windermere is a phenomenal area for non-HOAs in the central part of Windermere. The problem with that is your price, and your pricing gets a little bit higher when you get into those areas because Windermere is pricier than most, but a very good place where you're close to the lakes, you're close to shopping, you've got so many amenities there that it is awesome to live there and not have to worry too much about an HOA community. Number 1 is Winter Park. A lot of people say, well, Winter Park is probably out of my price range. Not necessarily. Again, there's a lot of boundary areas right around the central portion of Park Avenue and areas that are very affordable, and they're non-HOA. So those are certain things that you want to pay attention to. And again, reiterating the difference, HOAs are restricted by covenants, meaning that you have to rely on them to do certain things for your community. Non-HOA is you do everything on your property that you want to do. There is no covenants, there are no restrictions. So it's very important if you're looking at a house or you want to buy a house or you're selling a home, again, very important that you know the difference between those two, because it means a difference in style and the way you want to live your life. So anyway, I wanted to give you those top 5 for the week. This is a podcast. Next week, we're going to have another exciting interview coming up, so stay tuned. Join my YouTube channel if you want. You can get on my webpage as well, Alan Maycumber at PremierSotheby'sRealty.com, or you can reach me at 251-1314. Ask any questions that you may have. I'm always here to help you. Again, it's the Maycumber team at Premier Sotheby's. We enjoy doing these podcasts and helping you out. Again, check out my YouTube channel if that's something that you want to know about appraisals that we talked about last week. Very important, and the changes that are happening with that, and also this one on non-HOA. So it's great speaking to you again. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Have a great day.